Okay, here's the crow so far. This is for a good customer of ours in Atlantic. That's where it will go when it's done. It's a 2-foot tall crow. Get the head pretty well situated where we want it at. Some feathering detail done. Now onto the wings and the tail. Getting this bad boy finished up. I don't know if it'll be a today project or not, but we'll see how far it goes. You can see we still got some detail work. Get the feet laid out. Got to start on the wings, tail, the other part of the flight feathers there. We ended up doing a little bit of a Dremel in the eye in here. Got little fuzzies yet to burn off. Got the old, I guess I call it the hair on the beak. Sanded the beak down. Got the mouth opening laid out. Looking like a bird from the front. That's all that matters. This side's pretty well wrapped up. Still got fuzzies to burn off. Start laying out the same feather detail on this side. Started, but not nearly as far. Stay tuned for the rest of it here when I come back to you. Okay, we got some feather pattern laid here. Nothing super extravagant. Just laying some feathers down. Trying some new things out. Not sure if I'll keep it all. We'll see how it looks here once it's burned and buffed. The wings overlapping, tail down here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it blends. It's an all black bird, so that'll probably look good when it's all blended here. Okay, guys, we did a little bit more feather detail. Got the chest done. Did a little bit of toenail work and some feet here. Still got to go in and add our little scaling detail there. Wasn't happy with the head shape. It was a little too, I guess, rounded like that still. So I toned it down a little bit. I think it looks a lot better. It's a lot more of a crow shape. See, last time it used to be a little bit more like this. I buzzed her down. Sometimes you need to step back, use a camera, and hold it, take it up like you're gonna take a picture, and it'll really bring out the flaws in your work. So, I think it's starting to look like a crow. I think I'm gonna keep this here as a base just to give the feet some strength. I'm not super picky about the base because the customer's not really paying for it, so we're just gonna add a nice base on it. Whatever we can do to make it simple and sturdy, and probably run a couple anchors up through the feet, a little dab of glue, anchor up through the tail. Probably paint it first, then add it on. This one I don't have to worry about painting, touching up anything on the base here. So that'll make life a lot easier. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and fur detail, or I guess feather detail the head, and we'll go from there. Okay, got our fur, feather detail, whatever style you wanna call it, done on the head. You can kind of see a little bit of texture there. It's not gonna really wanna focus too well. Just did some different feathers on the back, a little bit more ruffled look on the front. Got our feathers up here, they're real fine, did that with the Dremel. Then did some undercutting, feathers here. Laid out some more feathers here with just a saw. Finally got the head situated. I think we're gonna go ahead and burn it now. So, yeah, we'll fire up the old torch and see how it goes. All right, let's get her cranking. Get some fire going. This is my first raven. Obviously they're black. I don't like to overburn everything because it kind of takes away a lot of the detail. Sometimes it's nice because it softens a lot of detail. Don't be afraid to go back and burn it a couple times if you want it darker. Looks like I did not do my fur detail right there. Awesome. Must have trimmed it up. Gotta go back and redo that. You can see the outside of the log is right here. It's a little wetter still. Not really taking the burn. Only sat overnight. go. I'm gonna go ahead and do that fur detail on the head there. Got a little fire going. Okay, so we got a lightly crisped raven here. You can see a lot of the legs burned. Spots that are drier burned a lot better. More spots have more resin. Right here is a thin spot, so it caught fire pretty quick. This is what I'm going to use to buff it. It's 36 grit, or sorry, 80 grit. Hart's brand, nylon bristle on an adapter. This way it's a little longer. Cheap drill, cheap buffer. Haven't used any of the sander ones yet, so I'm not real familiar with them. Can't tell you how well they work. I do have Chris Wood's wood whacker, and it does work really good. I'm currently waiting on sandpaper to show up, so I'll use this one. I'll just kind of see how it does. We'll buff it off and see what it looks like here. See, I'll give you a little example here on this eye. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but we'll see. Okay, we're buffed off. You can see no real sharp edges. Nothing catches your feet. Burns a little more even on it. I don't recommend trying to burn the whole piece to get the black color for your raven. It's just not going to work. Not unless, I mean, if you're trying to make money doing this, you got, 2 months to set aside to let it sit and dry, then great. If you don't, just paint it black. So much easier. All right, we're going to move on to paint now. So stay tuned again. Okay, she is painted and set on the base to dry. In case I don't like something, I can change it still. Come over to this side where we can see a little bit better. Excuse me, about fell over there. But yeah. Crow, raven, whatever you want to call it. Just about wrapped up. And the feet anyways. Still got a little bit of wet paint on the face here. That's why it's really reflective and shiny. Probably put a little reflective dot in the eye. Maybe a couple of them. Excuse the chicken runs coming in here thinking they're going to get fed. Alrighty. I'd say that's pretty close to a wrap besides final photos. Appreciate you guys tagging along, and stay tuned for the next video.